a tiny percentage in the world manage to rise to the top of the world. Some have diligence, while others have talent or luck. And yet there's an even smaller percentage who manage to become prodigies at a very young age. As such is the case in this video. Hello, and welcome back to our channel once again. This time, we'll look into one of India's youngest self-made billionaires of all time, Divyank Turakhia, and how he came to be. If this type of stuff interests you, consider hitting the subscribe and notify button so you can watch more videos like this and never miss any of our updates. Now let's get into it. Even as a youngster, Divyank has been fascinated with coding. According to an interview, he says he began teaching himself how to use a computer around 7. Divyank claims to have had enough computer knowledge by 1995, when public internet connection was made available in India, to begin providing his services to local businesses looking to take advantage of the new era of connectivity by creating their websites. Divyank claims that he did web consulting stuff, like construct a website for a few businesses, and did some security stuff for a few organizations between his teen years, earning a few dollars here and there. Impressive for a kid his age. When Divyank was 13 and had to do a computer project for school, he and his older brother Bhavin, then 15 years old, spent an entire school year creating a business simulation game. It would start with a short animated clip demonstrating how a business partner has tricked the gamer into handing up control of a corporation. Next, the player must create a competing company from scratch without financial backing. The ultimate goal is to capture 100% of the market. The player will manage budgets, oversee finances, and direct staff. According to Divyank, he found the creation process educational and a unique experience to him. Fast forward to 1998, and by the time Divyank turned 16 and his brother 18, the two decided to think bigger than their usual coding antics. They intended to produce something with a mass market appeal. They reasoned that in India's early internet era, everyone would need a website, and all these individuals that need websites require hosting space. However, to do that, they first needed resources, and the first guy they turned to was their father. Divyank claimed there was never any doubt in his mind that the brothers would receive the loan from his father, even though the amount was not insignificant for their family then. He didn't even ask anything. He was like, "Here's $500, Divyank says. And it's not that he had a crazy amount of money, it wasn't insignificant. But his view was, you're doing something that may work, may not work, and it's okay, try it. The encouraging remark from their father remains some of Divyank's most treasured advice. Divyank's father told him and his siblings that failing at whatever they try is fine. According to Divyank, he trusted that even if it failed, it would be something that would be worth it from a learning standpoint for us. And so, with 500 and some solid words of encouragement, off they went to start their business. With their father's loan, they hired a server in the United States and launched a web hosting firm called Directi, with their consulting clients as their initial customers. Div recalls having enough customers within a month to pay their dad back and continue renting the server for 3 more months. Their list of clients included both NASCOM and the Nationalist Congress Party. As a result, Divyank had his first million in the bank by age 18. Whoa! The company expanded from there as one chance led to another. In 2001, the brothers invested in a domain registrar to help market their web hosting company by offering domain names at prices below their competitors. Demand quickly poured in from all across the world. At this point, Divyank earned so much bank that it didn't seem like school was as necessary to him as before. However, his mother insisted that he get a degree, and without a choice, he went through and earned a spectacular BCom degree at 20. Directi claims to have been one of the world's fastest-growing registrars of domain names and the fastest-growing in Asia in just 3 years after its inception. $5,000 in sales was the first year total when the fiscal year ended, FY 1999. The company made its first million in less than 5 years of business, with $2 million in revenues in the 2003 fiscal year. It went from $5 million to $10 million in just 2 years. Later on, under the Directi name, they would construct Big Rock, launch 10 more businesses, and continue rising in wealth and prominence. In 2005, Div founded Skenzo, intending to purchase and resell dormant domain names that they had. With his enterprises running well on autopilot, Bhavin now focused on developing business plans for new ventures. Meanwhile, Div had an outrageous ambition, an opportunity that he wanted to get worse. He envisioned a service similar to Google's immensely popular AdSense, which enables site owners to insert Google display ads onto their pages and earn money from them by leveraging user demographic information to tailor advertisements to specific audiences. Media.net would be the name of this service. Div had established a connection to Yahoo through Directi's domain registration business, and he successfully pitched his startup, Media.net, to the corporation as a way to rival Google's AdSense in terms of revenue. Yahoo was eager to join, so it struck an exclusive arrangement with Media.net. Over the next 5 years, Yahoo pondered buying Div's company numerous times, but ultimately decided against it because of the decline of its search business. Yet Media.net kept expanding, and in 2015, the company had annual revenue of $232 million, a full year before Beijing Miteno acquired it for over $1 billion. The brothers would eventually sell Media.net to a Chinese consortium for $900 million the following year in 2016. However, the brothers kept almost all of it, increasing their net worth by a factor of 10 to $1.3 billion because they had never received venture money, preferring instead to utilize the proceeds from each company to finance the next. What comes next? After more than 2 decades of non-stop work, Div Turakhia has amassed a considerable body of work, yet still has much to show. With the sale of Media.net 7 years ago, Turakhia has since joined the ranks of India's self-made millionaires. Directi is now a collection of tech companies Bhavin and Divyank own, run, or are interested in financially. The group's several divisions are each headed by a separate set of executives and function autonomously. The business is now said to be bringing in $250 million yearly. Div, now 41, and Bhavin, 43, now has over $1 billion worth each. While Bhavin is still running most of their companies, Div has sadly decided to step down as CEO of Media.net in 2018 to take a little break from the industry. Although that in and of itself doesn't mean that Turakhia's done working forever. In his farewell letter to the Media.net staff, Turakhia pondered the human desire for immediate satisfaction, concluding that impatience is acceptable because it motivates people to take more significant action. However, he also says to remember that you shouldn't let this deter you from pursuing your dreams, as success in specific endeavors may take longer than expected. We have one life, at least that we know of, and I'm hoping to experience more and see if there are other things that I could be equally passionate about. Also, in time, I hope that I can give back to this world that has given so much to me, Turakhia says. What comes next for Div? We'll never know. But what we can do is wish him and his brother some good luck for their future endeavors and the life they'll lead from here on out. In the end, Divyank Turakhia is an extraordinary man who accomplished impressive feats at such a young age in a short time. If not for their skills and the people who helped him and his brother along the way, he could have never been what he is now. One cannot deny the vast legacy that this man has left in his wake and the inspiration he brought to millions of people in the world. Who knows what other future prodigies the world has in store for us? Only time can tell. Thanks for watching this far, and remember to give this video a thumbs up. Comment below what your favorite part was, and feel free to recommend what other videos we should do next. Until then, we'll see you guys soon.